everyone, my name is John. Welcome to my workshop, my wood shop, my office, my COVID-19, COVID-20, COVID-2021, whatever you want to call it. This is typically where I work during the day, out here in what I call the wood shop slash office, whatever we want to call it. You can see my license plate collections behind me, all Indiana license plates, trying to get one from every year. I'm missing a few, but we'll get there eventually. Anyway, I want to welcome you to the channel and describe a little bit about what this is. So Clark Family Outdoors, all spelled, all one word. Clark Family Outdoors was originally, no spaces, so it's all spelled out, very clearly. Was originally designed to just kind of capture and memorialize trips that I took with my kids, hunting trips, hiking trips, camping trips, whatever the case may be. Decided I'd post a few reviews for different equipment that we purchased, specifically REI equipment. We do a lot of REI for our hikes, for bike trips, for whatever. So eventually we'll have some of those in there. But we're going to focus now on creating a new segment for the channel, and that's beekeeping. And I've been a beekeeper for over 10 years. I guess probably closer to 12. My very first hive, when I wanted to get into beekeeping, my very first hive, I had the equipment purchased and I was going to try to catch a swarm or maybe buy a package like a lot of people do. Well, the pastor called me. We had built a new building at the church, and the old sanctuary was sitting kind of idle. Not a whole lot of activity in the old sanctuary. And he called me up and said, "Hey, John, would you like to get these bees out of the attic?" I said, "Well, are you sure they're bees?" He said, "Absolutely, I'm sure they're bees. There's honey trickling down the wall." And at that point in time, I went online. It was before YouTube was really a big hit. I went online, researched how to build a bee vac. I built a bee vac and proceeded to cut out my very first beehive was a cutout. And I cut it out from the church, and we were able to pull honey off the very first year, which was great. Call it holy honey, whatever you want to call it. Came from a church, I don't know. That was a great hive. And that hive, lasted 3 to 4 years before we had a tremendous windstorm, knocked the hive down, and the bees froze. So I'm in the flatlands of Indiana. I'm surrounded by beans and corn and tomatoes, depending on the year. My nearest windbreak is, 3/4 miles down the road, and it's a stop sign. So I don't have, I'm a flatlander, right? So we get high winds, and things like that can happen if I don't properly secure the hive. So I've learned a lot over the years. I will say this, I started out as a bee haver, not a beekeeper. I had bees. I didn't do a whole lot with them. I didn't understand a lot of the nutrition. I didn't understand a lot about the mites. I didn't treat for mites. Didn't understand how to knock out small hive beetle or wax moths. I just let the hives go, and if I decided to pull honey, I would, and if I didn't, I wouldn't. And long story short, I lost a lot of hives over the years through improper keeping of the bees. So don't be a bee haver, be a beekeeper. And that's what this channel is going to be about. We're going to show you how to do cutouts. We're going to show you how to build bee vacs. We're going to show you how to do different hacks in the bee yard to help you out as a beekeeper so that you learn. I will do my best not to talk down to anybody. There's thousands of other people out there on YouTube that have their own opinions and everything. And maybe theirs is good for what they do. I'll just show you what I do, and you can take it or leave it. With beekeeping, if you ask 5 beekeepers different processes and procedures, they're going to tell you 25 different answers. So there's more than one way to skin a cat across the board, but I'll just show you what I do. And if it helps you out, great. If it doesn't, that's fine too. But that's the introduction to my channel. Don't be a bee haver, be a beekeeper. This channel would not be for anybody that's a commercial beekeeper. It would not be for anybody that's probably running 100 hives or more. I started out with 2, 3, 4 hives. My first one was 1. Did a couple splits. Now, over the last couple of years, I want to move up to 35. I currently have, I guess the count this morning was 24. If all the splits take, if all my nukes take, if the queen cells actually produce and the queens emerge and go out and get mated and come back to their hive, I'll get 24. My goal is to have 35. And so I'm going to walk you through some of the things that I've learned, lessons I've learned over the last couple of years to be a true beekeeper. And maybe they'll help you out. I hope they do. Feel free to comment. Feel free to like and subscribe. I would love to, if there's a video you would like to see that you don't understand something, whether it's oxalic acid vaporizing, whether it's grafting, whether it's OTS, you name it, whatever it is, I'll show you kind of what I do and how I'm growing my bee yard from just very few hives to hopefully 35 by the end of this year is my goal. That's we'll see how we do on that goal, but that is the goal. So anyway, welcome to our YouTube channel. Please subscribe, like I said before, and if there's anything you would like to see, just shoot us an email, clarkfamilyoutdoors@gmail.com. You can shoot us an email, and I'll try to respond to it and create a video that might be beneficial to you. So thanks again for joining, and look forward to seeing more of you. Remember, be a beekeeper, not a bee haver.